About 7 years ago, I put out a video on this channel that changed my life quite a bit. And that video involved making a DIY custom lightsaber with parts you could get off the shelf at a big box store like Lowe's. And I did. I made this. It's a simple DIY replica that looks somewhat like a lightsaber. And I made a video with my family kind of featuring that.
Hey, I want to play.
And it was a video that did pretty well, especially in terms of views. But even more so, it was a family affair. We recorded that video New Year's Eve 2015, so I could put it out early in the new year for 2016. And you can see that full video right here. But as fun as that video was, and as cherished as those memories are, the lightsaber build wasn't that great. It served its purpose because I was able to hide a lot of the flaws on camera. And it was a learning experience, but it hasn't aged well. It's still here as a reminder, but it's kind of, served its purpose and it'll be just set on the shelf as a memory. Now on this channel, I don't usually do standard product reviews for any number of things. I get sent requests all the time to do reviews. And most of them I turn down. Except for laser reviews or maybe, one or two specific things that have to do with building or making something or something that is specifically geek related, which this is. There's a company called Saber that reached out to me to send me a custom lightsaber from their site to kind of show off on the channel. I normally wouldn't accept something like this, except one, the lightsaber is really cool. But two, it's kind of bringing everything full circle. Now, while I might make another DIY lightsaber at some point, I was excited to kind of get my hands on something that is professionally designed, factory finished, and made out of metal. So let's take a look inside the box and see how this is put together, especially compared to my DIY version. In the box we have the hilt. It features an all-metal construction and is from their designer line of sabers. This one is called the Judger. And if you visit the site, you'll see a lot of different sabers, some familiar looking, that you can choose from. Also in the box is the blade. This is a NeoPixel 4.0, which is really cool. It has a lot of cool lighting effects, and it's supposed to be strong enough to battle with, or to duel with, that is. I've not had a chance to test this out yet, but I'm hoping I will soon. Maybe I'll test it out on my son, depending on how he does on his next test. Yeah, I'm joking about that. Also in the box is our charging cord and mounting hardware. There are some very small set screws that are used to lock the blade in place. And there's also a little Allen wrench in the bag as well. And we also have two more small things in the box. So one, we have our display stand, which I'll be setting up a little bit later. And we also have this little plug applicator thing. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it is the insert that goes into the lightsaber hilt when the blade is not in it. And it actually has some pretty cool lighting effects as they show through.
Power on.
I almost like this just as much as when the blade's in. And right here, when we unscrew the pommel, you'll see that in there, in that area, is where we have the speaker. The sound emits out the bottom. It looks like there might be enough room for a kyber crystal, although it's really not meant for it in that area. Just trying to think about what else you could store in there, maybe snacks.
Hey, dinner.
And if you unscrew the center of the hilt, you'll see that that's where the electronics are, and that's where the charging port goes. So each time you want to charge this, you need to unscrew that, and then the charging port fits right in there. And you see you have a rechargeable lithium-ion battery and a really cool looking soundboard as part of that centerpiece. The display stand goes together really easily. It's made out of 1/2-inch clear acrylic. It is both CNC and laser cut. There's no tools or mounting hardware needed. Simply take off the paper protector and press fit all the pieces together, and it's ready to display your saber. To mount the blade, make sure you hold on to the cap so that when you remove the blade again, you can use that to cover up the contacts on the bottom of the blade. Carefully slide the blade into the hilt. Make sure the blade is pushed down all the way before you start inserting and tightening the set screws. There are 3 set screws that you have to attach. Make sure that you don't over tighten them. You don't want to scratch or crack the blade. Once you have it inserted and properly tightened, you're ready to ignite and have some fun. There's some really cool features about the lightsaber. First of all, the hilt is an all aluminum alloy. The blade size can go between 82 and 92 centimeter for the amount of lights that are lit up in the blade. The operating time after full charge is about 4 hours, which is a pretty good time, and 2 hours to completely charge back to normal. There are 27 different sound fonts built into the blade.
Ventress.
Leia.
In fact, I don't think I've even heard all of them yet, but they actually are really cool, and some of them are kind of funny. There are 9 different kinds of blade effects. There are 11 different kinds of boot effects for the lightsaber when you turn it on, and a lot of other stuff that I don't even think I've actually found yet. But really, what we want is to battle and have fun. For the longest time, I convinced myself I didn't need a lightsaber, a retail version. I'd made the one that I wanted, and it sat on the shelf for a long time. But having one with the effects and the sounds and the light up blade really has made a difference. In fact, I'm looking through the catalog to figure out which one I want to buy next. So maybe I'll be collecting lightsabers, in addition to a bunch of other things you probably see behind me right here. One of the best things about this was being outside with my family, playing and having fun, and kind of rediscovering why we started this channel and what it was all about. And really bringing things full circle. Yes, it's all about family, and having fun, and enjoying the things that we find joy in. So, thank you for watching. If you're interested in picking up a lightsaber like this to see what they have to offer, there are Saber form links in the description below. In the meantime, mischief managed.